All right, guys, welcome back. It's me, Daniel, VintageMagic.com, and we're still going through this big Beckett order I got, and I got back today, and I'm just going through the cards. And basically, it's an assortment of Summer Magic, Alpha Beta cards, and yeah, so we're gonna go through the Summer Magic cards first, pretty much, because they're the first ones really that are all stacked together, and there's no organizational way to do this. Yeah, and I was talking about kind of the rarity and the distribution, and like I said in my other video, I don't know what the exact numbers are. This is a really nice card. It's a pristine balance. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you don't know the exact distribution. You don't know the exact rarity count. And misprint cards in general, like I know there's test prints, there's textless cards, those colored border lands that we had before, or color border cards I've seen. There's only so many, and sometimes Wizards employees get samples or they get access to thrown away product. I'm not sure, but because I've never worked for Wizards, I've never even gone there. I think I've gone to maybe the lobby once, and I can tell you that the way it goes in those companies, you don't really know what is, the procedure. I think, and also I have to say, the procedures of the past may have been different than what is today. So maybe Hasbro's policy before the whole corporate merger of, whoops, it's kind of a weird quality here. I wonder if it's, hopefully the lighting's not bad. I don't know. One sec, guys. I apologize. Try to get you guys the best quality video, but it's kind of weird. Sorry, guys, for the shadow and all that. It's just gonna have to bear with me. I don't understand why. So yeah, I mean, I don't, when there's product or samples of a company, I would think that there's rules on that, right? Like, especially if you're selling for resale as a company, these collectibles may become valuable one day, and it's hard because you don't have. And by the way, this card is almost always off center. This unsummon that I've seen, top to bottom, is really rough, and it's really rough. It's really interesting because, like, if you worked at a company like Microsoft and you had like a computer, you obviously would return the computer that you had back to them. But how does that work for like marketing material or just random cards and samples? I mean, samples are just samples, right? But you don't know. I mean, the procedures on a private company may be completely different than a corporate company, like a publicly traded company like Hasbro. Very interesting. But yeah, misprints are kind of like that collector thing that people really have this desire to collect. So certain people like certain cards. Certain people like certain types of like dragons or angels or anything, in Magic really is collected. It's not just Power 9 and dual lands. I mean, this is another world of collectors that really appreciate these type of things. Man, some of these cards are absolutely gorgeous in terms of just their color. And my apology, guys. The problem with this camera setup is I'm trying to get the best angle for you, and also, by the way, I've mentioned this before, but if there's any cards here you're looking to buy to make your set or collect, you can just go to VintageMagic.com, go to the Contact Us page. I don't know if I'm going to put these on eBay. I haven't really decided. I mean, it's not like these grades are life-changing. There's a lot of 9s, which I thought were, fair. And that's another thing I want to mention is that when you submit these cards to Beckett and PSA, do you think that the grades are fair? I mean, I get that asked question all the time. Like, do I think grades that are sent to me, am I happy with them all the time? Do I crack them out? And the answer is yes and yes, and I'm also unhappy too, right? You have to you know, it's kind of a game. Like, sometimes you get, you know, the stars are aligned and the grader, you know, there's a lot of subjectivity, effectively, with graders, right? They have a level of subjectivity, and depending on the grader you get, you may get a very bad order in general. You may get cards that are deserving, like undergraded. And, you know, I think Beckett and PSA, they try to be very accurate in their grading all the time. But, you know, with the obviousness of, like, fatigue, I mean, imagine if you were looking at Magic cards or baseball cards or all this variety of different cards all the time. How would you feel? Like, wouldn't you be tired? Wouldn't you be tired looking at the cards all the time? I would. I'd be freaking tired as hell. I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, for me to, like, even go through the cards and pick out ones that I want to grade, I mean, it's freaking hard. It's freaking difficult, guys. I mean, it's not easy to do. So I feel like, you know, there is definitely a challenging aspect. There's a fatigue aspect of this that occurs with cards in Magic the Gathering or sports, I mean, in grading in general, that you have to appreciate. You know, these are real people they're getting paid to do a job of, you know, really it's labor. It's a lot of labor, actually. Labor intensive, without a doubt. I also get the question a lot, what is my favorite card in the Summer Magic set or in Magic? It has to be that Underground Sea earlier I showed you guys in the first video in 9.5. I love the Underground Sea. I think it's the most beautiful painting in Magic. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous card in general. I think another thing with Summer Magic is the blues come out really nicely. Really nicely. I think they come out the best. They're absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's start looking at some cool old school. These are great for old school too. I know there's people making old school decks with Summer Magic. Also, adding some of those cards in their decks. That's pretty cool. Here's one that I don't think anybody's ever played with. Serenity Free. This is so rare. Now, this one's kind of cool because this one, the artists, they still, after doing all of this stuff to fix the problems, they got the artist wrong. It's Ansomatics, guys. Ansomatics! For the love of God. So that's a misprint, and, you know, they try to, it's a misprint of a misprint. It's funny. All right, let's see. Veteran body. I'm going to try to see if I can get the angle. I don't know if I can. Can I do this? Oh, look at that. Well, that's better. Okay. Sorry, guys. Well, maybe what's better is I go like this, and you guys can see the cards better, because that's probably more important. Yeah, so a couple things, guys. I'm also going to some GPs again. GP LA is coming up in August, mid-August, and GP Orlando is coming up too, early August. So I'm going to be going there to see Rudy from Alpha Investments, Edwin the engineer, different people on social media, doing some video content for you guys, and also obviously catching up with some good friends in general. But if you guys are going to any of those shows, let me know. I'd like to obviously say hi, meet you guys. I'm going to see if I can play some old school Magic. That would be kind of cool if I had opportunity to do that time-wise. I don't know if this lighting's that good. Guys, I really apologize for the lighting, but I think you guys can figure out it's not easy dealing with Beckett cards. They're weird in the cases. They're really weird in the cases. It has incomplete saturation. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's the camera. Maybe it's time for me to upgrade my camera. I don't know. It seems like if I go like this and I come down, it looks pretty good. Yeah, have you guys ever, has anybody actually opened a pack of Summer Magic, or revised actually, and it was Summer Magic instead? If you got any cool stories of that, I'd like to hear about it, because that would be really interesting. I've heard of people doing that. Oh, and also the question came up before, how do you know, like, if it's a Summer Magic pack or not? Now, so they, in the past, the ones that are Summer Magic were marked by dealers as E for Edgar. That was the code name. That was the set name as Edgar, by the way. And then it was, you know, that was a Summer Magic pack. But the thing is, you don't really know if it's a Summer Magic officially unless you search it. And so by searching it, you can kind of tell. And also, oh, I forget, the revised, I believe, doesn't have the date. I think it does or doesn't. Anyway, it's the font, it's the colors maybe that pop out. I'm gonna have to obviously look that up here in a second. I should know my cards better, but I believe, you know what? Actually, revised did have the date, or did not have the date. I'm gonna have to check. All right, sorry guys. But anyway, the thing is, fourth edition. Summer Magic was a 4th edition. It looks a lot like 4th edition, right? Very, very saturated colors, beautiful colors. So the way it looks, like the date and the illustration, all that, there's similarities to everything. But I believe there's a difference. I'm gonna have to look that up for the next video. This Gia's Liege. I always like this guy. You know what? I have to look this up right now because it's gonna bug the crap out of me if I don't. Good old Fungasaur. This guy's cool. All right, bear with me guys while I look something up. Yeah, so what do you guys also, I was gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think about the state of Magic investing? I had my video up recently about reserve list, Power 9, but how about collecting? Do you feel like the market is incredible for that? Like, what's going on with that in your eyes? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the market for collecting, you know, this alpha beta is the only way to go? Do you think Underground Sea, or do you think Summer Magic, or, you know, other sets are cool? What do you guys collect? All right, so I'm gonna figure this out right now, guys. My apologies as I check this out. So I'm going to put revised Underground Sea. So I got to figure out this. Okay, so Summer Magic. Figured it out. So basically, let's take this personal incarnation. Basically, the bottom thing for Summer Magic cards, see how it's illustrated 1994, Kev Brockschmidt. For revised, it says illustration Rob Alexander. So there's no date. But now that's Summer Magic, okay? But for 4th edition, it was interesting. I believe, if am I correct, it has everything. Okay, so it's going to go Mana Vault. All right. Okay, so yeah, so a 4th edition card looks very similar in the beautiful colors of like very beautiful colors, like it's very saturated. But the very bottom here, it says illustration, no copyright mark, and it says the artist. And the very bottom, it says copyright 1995 Wizards of the Coast, all rights reserved. So that is not on the Summer Magic. So in a way, it's like that's how what they did to distinguish the difference of all those. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Almost wrapping up with the Summer Magic stuff. So, you know, now some of you guys have told me, well, Dan, I don't like white border cards. I'm never going to collect white border cards. So I don't know why you even bother telling me about white border cards. And I get it. I totally get it. White border cards are kind of You know, they kind of blind the eye sometimes to some people. But that doesn't mean you don't, you know, you may find them beautiful with the Summer Magic cards. But I also found people that really like the revised set and also the unlimited set. People really love the unlimited set. So that's really cool. Unlimited to me is one of the most beautiful sets ever created. I have to agree with that. It's a stunning looking set. And I don't know what it is. I think it's, well, part of it is the saturation of the colors. I also think the borders are really nice. The way they do the framing of the cards, like, it looks really elegant. So yeah, I think Unlimited's really nice. A really nice set. Alright, so I think I'm good with that. And there's these two more. I don't even know if I messed up with those, but those don't really matter. Alright, so we're almost wrapping up in the minutes here. So, by the way, the next video will probably be the final video. And it's pretty much going to have some of the alpha cards and the beta cards that I had. And then, yeah, that's about it. We'll wrap it up and call it a day. Alright, so beta. Just want to do alpha beta together, I think. Make it easier on one video. Okay. Alright, so we're going to cut this video off, guys, and we're going to start out to the next video here. Thanks again for watching. We'll join you guys in the third video here shortly.